encroachment of the NOTNILC, which is Clinton backwards, into my part of the country. I'd say the kind of experiences that I've had and that I've tried to share on my channel becoming harder to have, you know, in recent years. The technological modern world is rudely pushing its way into every aspect of our lives in this area. Something's happened to this house since I came here. I did a video showing this literally, it was literally like two or 3 months ago. There was tractors working here. Something's happened to this, and now they're sort of doing something, construction, modernisation. This little house that is in such a good location because it's far away from the roads. They can't just stick a bloody camera there, CCTV camera outside your house, or a 5G tower, because it's on its own land and far off from the road. You're not going to have like ambulances driving past every 5 minutes. Over there, they've actually put a bunch of solar panels there. That was in the past few years, like massive installations. I don't know what's happened to this. Maybe the person's gone bankrupt. Maybe it was a farmer or an old person. Maybe they died. Look at that old something there, like an old wall. I usually don't go up close to this building because I'm sure it was occupied. I'm sure someone lived here, but I guess you've got this long rocky track to even get to the road. You can drive down here from the road, but I mean that way it's even harder to get through. You're probably going to get some like rich person from the city come and live here in their Tesla car or something. Disgusting. I'm not sure you'd get a Tesla down here though. I did just see one. I saw one on the way here like 5-10 minutes ago. I had to pull off to the side of the road, and yeah, next to that bit where they've chopped down like 5 or 6 mature trees like this, they've chopped them down, so they're still causing more damage along there where the railway is. You'd have thought it would have been mostly done by now. They would have marked out the bits they wanted, because it's been years now and they've done a lot of the groundworks. So yeah, it's getting hard to have these experiences without having to deal with the traffic, the stress of the traffic, and just seeing all the modern rubbish like this sort of shit everywhere you go, and also the littering that's gotten the fly. Well, A, the fly tipping, B, the littering. You go down the road, you see like 100 cans have suddenly appeared, like all the way strewn all the way along the road. Started to really notice it this time about last January. Before that, I really didn't really notice it. You'd see the odd piece of rubbish, that's normal, but this is like mass scale. There seems to be this like supernatural theme going on, where it's like everywhere you go there has to be some kind of construction going on. Like in Preston Bizzett, there's an old junkyard, and there's a shotgun. There's an old junkyard just down this lane off to the side, and it's kind of nice because it's like this old world little atmosphere. Well, that village, just in general, there's no construction, there's no new build houses, there's no cameras or speed sensors or 5G or whatever it is, you know. There's nothing like electric car charging pods. That's another thing. They're popping up in some places and they're really ugly. There's some in my town, near where my nan lives, down the hill, what we call the squirrel wood. Yeah, ugly things. And yeah, it's just a theme that there seems to be this theme that like everywhere has to have construction going on. And well, look, here's no exception. This place here either. So that's one thing to keep a lookout for, is just construction happening in places where you wouldn't expect it. I'm not talking about new builds, I'm not talking about the railway or the roads, I'm talking about places where you wouldn't expect it, like down the park. Like the other day down the park, there's this construction work going on. And I watched this video called by a guy called Luke Smith, I think his name was, and it was interesting. It was saying how like most jobs now are like pointless. Most jobs now are pointless and they don't need to exist. Yeah, it's some American guy or Canadian guy, and I think that's true. But it's funny because they tell you like, oh yeah, we need immigration because like otherwise we wouldn't be able to get like enough people to work, and if we don't constantly like expand our economy, then like we'll become poor and the economy won't function and all this, and white people don't want to work. Well, no, it's nonsense, because the economy functioned for like thousands of years without massive population growth. And yeah, as I just said, like a lot of the jobs, I'd guess like 30% are kind of like useless, and then even in the jobs like that are useful, there's so much kind of like pointless shit, like wastage. Like I saw in Tesco's, yeah, because I have to go shopping now because my dad's ill, and I like to go shopping myself because I was very ill this year. I wasn't able to go out the house much. Hoof print. And I saw them like recently. There was this nice cafe, yeah. I've never used it, but near the checkout, there's in Tesco's there's this nice like cafe, and I know because this is my town that it's like that cafe is only like 5 years old maybe. It's quite new, right? And I've just watched them like rip it all out and put a new one in. And there's not much difference apart from the layout, and like they've added like these like screens where you choose your order, and it's like this massive screen, like the screens they've added at the checkout that watch you, and you see yourself on the screen. It's like, what the fuck is the point of that? Well, yeah, they've just added these screens, and it just said, oh, we're changing like supplier. It's like how much like economic damage and like stress and like ugliness is caused in the world just because of business, just because we want to save like 10% more money. We're gonna like do all this rubbish, we're gonna change everything over, and we're gonna have people driving thousands of miles to do this job, you know, add it all up, just to like do something that's actually pointless, but all it is like economic manipulation and min-maxing.